Today I'll be reviewing the new movie Oppenheimer, starring Cillian Murphy, and let's just get straight into it. So I will start first with the pros. I think probably my favorite portrayal in this movie is Robert Downey Jr.'s as Strauss. I think he's probably like the best character in the whole movie. And this movie is stacked. It has like a bunch of actors that I didn't even know were in it. Um, but yeah, this movie's like stacked with actors. Um, I liked how actually probably 100% of the time it was practical effects and how I don't actually think there were any CGI used at all. If there was, it was barely even noticeable. But, movies nowadays are just infected with CGI, so I'm just glad they didn't go down that route because that kind of would have ruined the movie a bit. The cinematography was amazing, especially in IMAX. I mean, the close-ups and the wide shots were just like perfect. Like it looked like it was in real time as if you were watching through like a window. Yeah, it was just really, really nice. I also like the attention to detail, like the early 1900s props and the clothing was all done flawlessly. It really made you feel like immersed. I think that's how you say that word. Uh, in that time period. Oppenheimer's life was very interesting and bizarre at the same time, so I'm kind of glad that they really only focused on his. They did get a little bit off topic with Strauss's character, played by RDJ, but that's because his character was very interesting too. But they mainly kept it on Oppenheimer, and I like that. They didn't try to go too far off trail. All right, now getting to the cons. The constant flipping back and forth between present and past, I just hate. Sometimes they do it well, other times not really. This movie kind of didn't do it that well. It just honestly made me super confused, and I don't know. It was so hard to follow what was going on sometimes. Also, making it confusing, speaking about that, was the amount of characters that were used in this movie. There's a bunch. Um, and it really made it hard to remember who was who and what their significance was. The climax was way too short. I know it's an Oppenheimer movie, so it's going to be focused on him, but the bomb that he, actually made was barely ever touched on. Like, it was spoken about a lot, but you never actually saw it in action, hardly. And it was kind of a letdown. The use of runtime wasn't handled very well. I feel like this movie was way too long. They definitely could have chopped it down a bit, especially towards the end with subplots. They were running on way too long. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but yeah, it was getting pretty bad there. But all in all, movie was good, not great. Um, Definitely had flaws that are noticeable. Oh, another thing to touch on is that like the movie was kind of all over the place. It's like they took a movie, split it actually into a lot of pieces, and just moved them all around like they were all scattered and random. It kind of was, you know, hard to follow. But all in all, I would rate it a solid 7 out of 10. Please like and subscribe, and goodbye.